Good morning. So today we'll be having our photo editing class. How to edit an 8-bit image. That's the first thing we'll work on.
So are we still going to go over the
Yes, that's what we're starting with. So we'll open the image, right click on the image, open with Adobe Photoshop.
Sorry, can you hear me? This is this. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so once the image is open, you click on the layers panel. Make a duplicate by doing Ctrl J. You can do Ctrl J, or you click it and drag it onto this plus.
Okay.
Yeah. Or you do layer. Let's see, duplicate layer. Okay. So 3 methods now.
Yes,
Ctrl J, drag it to this plus, or layer, duplicate layer. So let's lock this one up. Call it. Let's do select it like this, then go to layer, new, background from layer. So it names it background and lock it.
Okay.
You can also leave it like this and just click the plus button. Yeah, but standard Photoshop operation, just the layer. That's the layer, new, background from layer. So it locks it and names it background. So this one we'll call it low frequency. We'll duplicate it again. Okay, let's start editing. So she has a lot of pimples on her face, and one of the tools we can use to remove it is the patch tool. The way the patch tool works is you select the area you want to work upon, the pimple, and drag it to a closest part of the skin that has a smooth area that you like to have on that part. Okay. So Photoshop will, using AI technology, put that new part on that spot and blend it together so that it will not look abnormal.
Okay.
So that's what it's doing on the background, but all you are doing is circling the spot you don't like and pasting it on the cleaner versions. Then you also cannot circle something as big as this and put it somewhere. See, it's gonna give you, it's very wrong. See, you know that it's showing that. So it's an art. You have to like it's work actually. So let's start with this. Drag it here. That one is gone. Circle this. Here. Even this one that looks like a natural birthmark, can cut it. No, that is too much. Take it somewhere here. And don't go too far too from the image, from the surroundings too. It has to be somewhere close by. So as I'm circling it, I'm dragging it to a new place and Ctrl D to deselect.
Okay, Ctrl D to select.
Yes, or if you want select, deselect. But that's how many times we'll be going off like that. So just good to know the shortcuts. So I select, drag it somewhere, and Ctrl D to deselect. Select, drag it somewhere, Ctrl D to deselect. That's why sometimes most designers listen to music while working, because sometimes it could be boring just clicking a mouse. But sometimes I would like to listen to music. Sometimes I just like to hear the sound of my mouse clicking. Fine. Depends on whatever, how you feel that day. Depending. Sometimes the deadline is so short you can't even play music. You are just like, let me get this done. Sometimes you are just relaxing yourself. Play music along the way. Select this one too. we compare it before and after so that you see all the hard work we've done. Let's even check. See, not even done, but at least we are seeing differences.
Also concerning the recording.
Yeah,
The video.
it's recording.
Oh, okay.
Where is it? So you circle the spot, drag it to a plain place, and Ctrl D to select. Even some parts are not pimples, it's just the skin color. You will still have to smoothen it with other ones. After, if you do this one properly, the next stage will also make it far better. You won't do less work. So if you do a poor work here, it will affect the other one, and the outcome will not be as good as someone who took his time to do a clean work here. I think it's looking very okay now. This part is done. Don't get discouraged because of this laptop thing. So.
No, sir. Although, sir, it almost got to me. In fact, it got to me yesterday because, like, I would have started editing, like,
exactly, and try your hands on it.
But
it's one of those things. Anybody doing any computer stuff, that's always.
I'm happy if I discover the third, so that the next time it will not happen.
So we are still circling around the spots and dragging it to a new place. I think we've made serious progress. Yeah, always good enough. See this nose part. See, I even worked on that nose.
Big difference.
But we are not done. Okay. So we have the low frequency now. The next thing we'll do, we'll duplicate it, Ctrl J, and name it high frequency. Enter. So what we will do next is click on the low frequency and go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur. There are different kind of blur, but in any editing work or in design work, it's Gaussian blur we use more. I think there's a guy called Gaussian. He said, is it a mathematician or something that brought out that idea? So we will use 2.8, but I don't want you to master the number. Just look at it. It just make sure that the blur is, you still see the person, but it's blur enough to make it smooth. So it's showing and it's not showing in between, that kind of move. Between 2.7 works for this image. Another image you might have to move it further the line higher, or some you might even move it a little and work. So I discovered that 2.7 is fine for this. Between 2.7 and 3.0 works. So we've done the blur now. That's for low frequency. You will now click on high frequency and go to image, apply image. So you change the layer from mild to low frequency. What you are telling us is that this high frequency blend with the image down, the low frequency layer down. Change this one to subtract. Change the scale to 2 and 128. Then click OK.
So the scale for 2 and 128
is for 8-bit images. See, they will write it there. If you snap a raw camera video, when you open it in Photoshop, you will see the details on that place.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's just check to confirm. Grab all the comments. Okay, so these are the settings for 8-bit image. Apply image.
Okay.
Blend, subtract, scale 2 and 128. Then you now change the blend mode to linear light for that high frequency. Change it to linear light. So after that, we'll now go to our mixer brush tool. This is the brush tool. B for brush tool. In Photoshop, all the tools, most of them start with the first letter of that tool.
Okay.
P for pen tool, T for type tool, B for brush tool. Eyedropper supposed to be E, but I, like I letter I, that's what they use. Then move tool, because we already have another tool called marquee, so they now use move, V. The emphasis is on V, so move, V. These are the marquee tool. M, that's for drawing rectangle, for drawing circles and all those other things. But crop, C for crop tool. C is for crop tool. This crop to C. So that's how they are. Healing brush tool is J. Everything under this patch tool, they are all for removing spot. If it's just one spot and it's not much, you can just use this spot healing brush, click on it once and it disappears. So you just click on it. Okay. If it's not too much, like maybe just 3 of them there. No need to draw and be dragging. Just click on it once. If we work on it directly like that. Healing brush tool does about the same thing. But for healing brush tool, you will click Alt, click on that spot and come and paint it on the pimples. So you press down Alt, click on this clean part. You hold down Alt, see it, you turn to this crosshair. Click on the good part, then go and rub it on the pimples. It will clean it. Then which other one again? We have the patch tool. We have the content aware move tool. It works like the healing brush tool too. And red eye remover tool. It happens to old photography. Sometimes you see some photography, the person eye will be looking like as if he has a pole or something. The eye will be so red. Let me see if I can see such images online. See.
Okay.
Once you click on that tool, once you click on this red eye remover tool, see, you just click on the tool like this and click on that eyeball. If you turn everything to white back. So that's that. So we want to do our mixer brush settings. So select the last one, mixer brush. The square bracket, the left one is to reduce the size. See this square bracket. When you are doing algebra, all those equations, see this bracket, but it's like this.
Last one is to reduce the size.
The left one will reduce the size, the other one is to increase the size. So just do it at an okay size that is not too big and not too small. Now we'll still be able to walk around the place.
So, but without this left bracket and right bracket, is there a way to increase
see
it?
There's a slider here.
Okay.
Where you see 40, click it like this. It's too much now. It's causing problem. It's too much. You can, and even if you get to the end of this thing, you can now type in your number again. If you want it to be very large, normally you can type 2,000, 20,000. Precedes this, and you can only go. You can't go beyond 1. Because what are you going to do beyond 1 pixel? So that's that. Then hardness too. Hardness, if you put it at hardness, when it's cleaning, it will be cleaning it very sharp. Let me show you. Let me show you what hardness does. Let's use the normal brush tool. You know I have it on color blue. If the hardness is at this place, like 100% hard, if something is 100% hard, that means very hard. See what it's going to paint for me. You see the edges you are seeing the circle, very sharp. Let me increase the opacity. See. You see that it's showing that it's circle that is going around. But you will see the difference now. If you take the hardness to 0, see. It's looking like airbrush, and it's very subtle like the edges. As if you are spraying stuff. Exactly. So that's what that one does.
So, but what can this when is it useful? Like the hardness, like
yes. So because we want to paint this face and we want everything to be smooth, we have to turn it to the softest version.
Okay.
If you do hardness, it will be, the colors will be so sharp. Brown will be here, light brown will be here.
Okay.
Except you are a painter, like digital painting, maybe you want to achieve that effect and you are good with colors, you can go that route. But this time around you are a photo editor or photographer, so you want it to blend smoothly, nothing concerning with hardness. Exactly. So go to soft, we will put this hardness to 0. Yeah, we don't want hardness. Then let's go back to our mixer brush too. So put the softness down. So this one, see, it says clean the brush after a stroke. That is, after I paint to smoothen her face, start with a fresh brush, remove the ink on that brush and let me paint again with a cleaner brush. If you click on this one, load the brush after a stroke, this one is saying continue with that initial paint. So if I paint here that is light like this, by the time I come here it will be painting this light color on this brown place, and that's not what we want. We want it to be like the areas I'm working on, that's where it should affect for now. So click on this second one. That's that, you got that. Then these are the other settings. Wet 9%, we've already done yesterday, that's why it's there, but I want you to see it. Wet 9%, load 75%, mix 90, that one is always 90, flow 100, then angle 2. That's all. So you now click on your low frequency and start painting. You can increase it a bit. If you are very observant, you will see that there's already some difference.
Yes, it's getting smoother.
Smoother. It will not be too obvious like that, yeah. But you know that something is going on. See, this neck part, you can also smoothen it. You see, it's blending it, blend the neck part, blend. Even this cheeks looking very smooth.
And the thing is not coming.
Forming that contour of that side. But I'm giving you that note so that you can check your settings in case you are not getting the exact result. Just make sure you are.
Okay, so the note is inside the.
Yes, inside that folder I gave you yesterday.
Not the two that didn't work. The retouching
folder, yes. We've already seen the difference. It's obvious already. I'm just trying to see how well. Then I'm following the contour of the face. It's not like you take powder and just rub anyhow. You are, as if you are painting that face, you are following. See, the face is coming like this. Coming like this, coming like this. As if you are painting it actually with on the person's face. So you follow the contours. The forehead, you go this way, curve like this, curve like this, curve like this, curve like this. The eyebrow, you go curve like this, curve like this. Then here you can come like this. Come like this, 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 come like this. You get it?
Yes.
I think we've overdone this thing. So you can now select the two and put it in a folder. This is called group. Photoshop called folder group. So click you selected the two. Click, control click and select the two. So let me do it again. I've clicked this one, hold down control and select this one. Select it one then.
Hold down control.
See, after clicking this first one, I want you to still click this one and still select this one. So you hold down control and click it. But if there are more, like if there are about 5 of them and you want to select all the 5, click the first one, hold down shift and click the 5th one. If you select the first one and all the 5th ones. But this one is just 2, so control is fine. Click on the group button and you put them in a group. And you can name your layers frequency. it's good to name layer. It's not like somebody will beat you or somebody will fight you. But if I'm sending this file now to another designer, so that people will not be confused, and even you can explain what you did. But if you did photo of yours going in layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, you don't even know which is what is which, and it's confusing. So you cannot turn it off.
Okay, the difference is absolutely clear.
That's just it. So we give it a try now.
I'll give it a try, but
no, I want you to do it now.
Okay, do you mean like every
start all over? Yes,
okay.
So that I can guide you along the way whenever there's a miss. Then we'll now do another one again. So that's it. This person can pay us now. See now.
Yes.
Now she has maybe a guy that wants to marry her and sees her like this. By the time they see the real person. Okay, so enough of that. I can close it. Or let's do file reverse. Let me stop recording.